Yeah. Yeah. Good morning, everyone. So yesterday we learned about some database commands, how to create database, how do we create tables, how do we store data into tables, how do we search query data, right? So according to our project requirements, we need to create data. What is it? According to the project requirements means, so let's open MongoDB Compass. And in this, we are connecting. So in this, we need to create one database. Already yesterday's machine was different. I will create a new database. Okay, so in the Mongo commands, what is the first command to create database? Some commands we learned. What is it? Use. What is the database name? Tutorial DB. That is the database. After creating the database, now we need to add some collections. What are the collections? So db dot create collection. Collection name is users. db dot create collection. Another one, videos. Another db dot create collection. Another option is admin. So create collection admin. Okay. These are the three tables. One more categories. db dot create collection. What is the collection? Categories. That's how we define. After that, I showed you sample working with data. We learned what are the queries we learned, how to read the data. So reading is nothing but queries by using find. We have two more operations to do. Today we will see those two. What is another one? Update, another delete. Update is nothing but modifying the records. If you want to modify any record, then you have to do that by using update. So what is the update query is usually, so updating this is number, which one? Yesterday we were continuing 8 7 8. So updating documents in database. Updating documents in database collection, in database collection. How we can update documents? For that, two commands are there. One is update one. Another one is update many. And how the syntax works? So actually, we have to define update db dot collection dot update one. So update one, here we need to write find query and we need to write update query. Two queries are required. Find query and update query. So if we want to update any record, then we have to use this command. Find query, yesterday we saw how to write different find queries. Now in update query, we have option. So here, update requires various operators, like we have $set. So $unset, like $rename. These are operators. Just like yesterday we saw $GT, GTE, $end, $or in find queries, same. So actually set is for modify any value in any specific field. Unset is to remove, so any field. And rename is to change field name. Here example, I will give one query, and others I will upload one document. In the document, other queries you can practice. Okay. Just like yesterday, I showed you different find queries based on different condition. So once you know one query, then based on that, others we need to do. I will upload a MongoDB document into Classroom. In the document, different query examples will be there. Practice them. So initially, how we can update any record? For example, temporarily. So we will go to this document here. Suppose we have show collections. Categories is there. We will use db.categories.insert1. So we are inserting. One is category ID. Category ID is one, and category name. Category name is suppose HTML. That is category name. Similarly, this is one record added. Similarly, we are using another category 2. And here, so it is like CSS. 2 records we are having. Another one is JS. Category 3, and it is JS. Now db.categories.find. Find will return all of them. Here I want to change category name from JS to JavaScript. I want to change the category 3 category name as JavaScript. Then how? Simple update queries, how they work is, first you have to define DB. What is it? Collection. Collection is what? Categories. In that, only one record we need to update. Then what we have to do? We have to use update 1. In update 1, first find query means which record you want to update. How to find it? I want to update 3rd record. How to find? How to get the 3rd record? So we have to use category ID. ID is matching with whom? 3. We learned yesterday equal, greater than, and all. Okay. After that, this is find. Then update query. In find query, it will find the 3rd record. Update query, I need to update what? Category name. For this, what we need to update? Category name. category name, we need to set it as what? JavaScript. That's it. That's how we modify that. We will see how to modify dynamically. Here just we are learning command. Dynamically means we will create form. From there we edit the details. It will update into database. So here let's see now db dot categories dot what is it? Update one. Update one, and here category name, category ID. Category ID is matching with 3. Then comma update query. Update query here important. Here what this should be done, it should set category name as JavaScript. So here we have to use $set. We have to use $set. Set that category name as a JavaScript. This is the operator we have to use. If you are changing the field name, then we have to use rename. Rename will change the field name, old name, new name. If you want to remove the field, just unset. Unset which field you want to remove. Field name. Then automatically it will remove that field. Those all commands I will give you, practice them, right? So here, what is the operator we have to use? $set. Set what? Set what? Category name as what? JavaScript. That's what we need to do. Set category name as JavaScript. Then it will set. It says that matched 1 and modified 1. And we will see now db dot categories dot find. And you can see the third one is modified to JavaScript. Any field you can modify, any field value you can modify just by using which command you can do update. Now tell me the query example. Yesterday we saw products now. Tell me how to set the price of not price. Suppose there is stock. How to set stock for all jewelry products whose price is above 600. How to, that means here the query is so update the stock of all products to false. Update all products to false. If category is jewelry, and if category is jewelry and price is above 600, write the query. Update the stock. So stock is a field. Stock field takes which value? Boolean. So write the query. Here more than one product must be updated, not one product. Then we have to use not update one. We have to use update many. Update one, update many. Yesterday we learned find query, how to find jewelry products whose price is above 600. For those products, stock you have to set as false. Done. No, done. So what is the basic logic for that? Just you learned find command, na? Same yesterday given db dot what, categories dot what, update many. What is the find query? Find query, we have to use dollar or na, and both should match. Then we have to use and in that, what is the first condition? So what is the first condition? First condition is what? Category. So category is what? Jewelry, comma. Another one is what? Price. Price is again condition, right? So dollar GT, how much? 600. This is find query. After that, update query. In update query, what we have to define? Dollar set. Set what? Set stock as what? False. That's it. If you want to set more than one field, you can put comma, another field, what value you want to set into it, right? This is what we need to do. Actually, in that table, there is no stock. I just given the query. If there is such field, then how we can set. So like this, we will have so many queries. You can practice them. So this is updating the records. So while working with database, how to read the records and how to update the records. One more option is delete. Delete is very simple. So if you know updating, deleting is very simple. Same. What is deleting is? So for example, so next option is delete documents. Documents, collection, and database. So how we can delete documents, collection, and database? Simple. We have same option. What is that? Delete one. And we have delete many. Delete one and delete many. So you can manage these operations. So we can delete one and delete many. So syntactically they are simple. Syntactically what they are, so db dot collection and delete one. So delete one, it will use find query. Same find queries you have to write delete. Same find query. That means it will delete the record which is matching with your find query. Suppose I want to delete a record whose category ID is 2. Then db dot categories dot what? Delete one. And what is the find query? So category ID. Category ID is some 2 or 3 something. Suppose I want to delete all products whose price is above 600 and they belong to jewelry. Same point. This time what we do? We use delete many. That means what we do? db dot suppose products dot what? Delete many. And the find query is the same query what we write here. This is the find query. Copy that find query. That means now what it is going to do? It is going to delete all the products whose category is jewelry and price is above 600. So whatever find queries you learned, they are used in updating and deleting. Suppose you want to delete any table. Suppose here we are creating a table. So db dot create collection and products is a table. Show collections, you see products is there. We want to delete this collection. So db dot collection name products dot drop. We have to just use the method drop. Drop is used for removing that particular table. And enter and true. That means that collection is removed. That means simple. Now here show collections and it will remove. It will remove. So that is how we have to read, right? How do we define? So usually deleting any table. So db dot collection name dot what? Drop. That's a simple approach. Suppose you want to delete any database. So then what we have to do? We have to use the command called drop database. First we need to change into the database and drop. From outside you cannot delete any database. If you want to delete any database, first you should change into the database. For example, now here show dbs. Show dbs is the list of databases. Suppose I want to remove Naresh IT DB. This database I want to remove. First you need to change into it. How to change into it? Use Naresh IT DB. After that db dot drop database. That is the command. db dot drop database, it is drop. And now show dbs. Show dbs. And it will not have that Naresh IT DB. It is not there in the list. So removing database is also simple. What we have to do? db dot drop database. This will remove collection and this will remove database. That's the approach we have to follow. That is how we need to manage our content. So database is a very big concept. So because generally if anybody have to learn any database software, everything about database, it will take 2 3 4 months. Oracle and other databases, it will take 3 4 months only for database. That is for the people who are specialized in only database management, because SQL queries management, so performance, everything they have to learn. Anywhere learning a complete full-fledged database will take minimum 1 2 months of time. Oracle like databases, it will take minimum 3 4 months of time, so to handle that. So we are not database specialists, we are learning database for our full stack. That means we are learning database for managing data for our front end application. Our project is what? Front end UI full stack. Front end UI, that means build a good effective interface. For that, whatever server side database is required, we will maintain it. Right? And to maintain a database to any person, what are the commands you need to know? So you need to know about, I told you, CRUD operation means creating, reading, updating, and delete. That's it. How to create, read, update, and delete. Even when you attend any interviews, majority, even 1% also difficult. They ask about anything on MongoDB or Node.js. Like in interviews, even you say you are a full stack developer, means you learned full stack development. And in interviews, they will ask what you learned in backend. You will say MongoDB, Express, Node, which you are going to see now, but they will never ask any question on that, because they just know that you have idea. If they doubt that you haven't learned, they may ask how to write this query, update, delete, like that. Otherwise, they will never ask any questions related to that, because in software companies, database is managed by separate database experts, and they will not give that job to full stack developers. Even you call full stack developers, companies, large scale companies and medium companies, all they have separate database specialists, because data is very major there and they have to deal with a lot of data interactions. Then it is not the job of a full stack person to manage separate database people required. That's the reason they appoint people on like this. That means you see, suppose this is Naukri. Suppose you are searching for the job here. We are searching for full stack web developer. So full stack UI web developer, that is the job we are looking for. That is our course now, right? So in that case, what people do is web UI full stack development. You see, they will ask here general skills. You see, even for 4 to 9 years experienced people, they are asking React, TypeScript, CSS, and all. That means they are full stack developer. Extra, they ask knowledge of Node.js, like that. Knowledge only. That means you see, so this is Java people. General UI full stack, we will see. These are Java. So we don't need Java. Full stack developer. These are all experienced people. For experienced people, they will give you all these things. You see, this is a front end developer, majority full stack developer. They don't ask anywhere like you should have good knowledge on MongoDB and all, right? You can see here full stack JavaScript. You can see here extra, these are asked. Some companies will ask React, or some people will ask like Angular, like technologies. Suppose I will show you, actually, we have a MongoDB. You can see this MongoDB, they ask full stack developer, React, Node, MongoDB. And see, when they ask for this MongoDB, I told you SQL and NoSQL, right? So what they additionally are, these are all experience. You see React, Node, MongoDB, 7 to 9 years of experience, right? For fresher, I already told you na, for fresher, Naukri is not the site, right? So if you upload your resume as a fresher and you search for jobs on Naukri, right? Almost 99% only consultancies will call you. Because Naukri is not for freshers. So what you have to do is you have to search the official websites of companies, and in their websites you need to post your resumes. In their websites they have career opportunities, options will be there you have to upload. So generally, so these all are Naukri and all. You can even get from LinkedIn also. If you have a LinkedIn account, you can try from LinkedIn also, right? For freshers, those are good actually. Naukri is not completely for freshers. Very rarely freshers job requirements will come here. Means companies will call. Majority experienced people. And whenever you mention UI full stack developer, they will just ask knowledge of MongoDB you have or not. In interviews, they will not ask question, because for interview, they don't have a time even to ask complete JavaScript. They will test everything on JavaScript. To crack the interviews with your current technology, what you learned, you should be perfect in JavaScript, right? Because every interview will be on only JavaScript, So you should be very strong on that. Majority 99% all questions JavaScript. If extra you have learned React or Angular like technologies, they will ask few questions on that. But nobody will go into the concept of MongoDB, Node.js and all. So why we are learning? Because we want to build a complete full stack application. For that, what are the operations you need to learn? So 4 operations, CRUD. In a practical test also, they give the same. In practical test, they say that you don't create any database. We will give you API. On that API, you perform all CRUD operation. That means read, update, delete. That is the logic you have to learn, which I will show you now, how we can create those APIs, right? So currently, database is ready. And in our database, we will make our database ready for our project. So use tutorial DB and show DBS and show collections. And in collections, we created admin, categories, users, and videos. In categories, we have some data. We will do one thing. We will put some sample data, one user, one admin, and one video. Others we will add through UI, right? So let's go here. Let's add one admin. So how we can add admin? DB dot, the table name is admin. Into that, what? Insert one. What are the fields we discussed about admin to have? I given field names na. What are the field names? What are the field names for admin table? User ID is one. User ID I will give as suppose some Raj underscore admin like this. That is the user ID. Okay, what else? User name. Username. Username is Raj. Okay, next. Password is there. Password. Password is some Raj at the net admin. Okay. Mobile. Mobile is some string type. So +919876543211. Okay. Next. Email. Email. Okay. We will put here Raj admin at gmail.com. Okay. These are the only details we are having for admin. So one record is added. One record is added. So let me give you this also. So this is tutorial project database. How to create that? First one, create a new database by name tutorial DB. Add collections. So we have admin. So we have users. We have categories and we have videos. And insert sample data into collections. So into admin, I am adding this one. One admin related information is this. Oh, this is one admin related information. Okay. Some spaces we are adding. Okay, fine. This is admin related details. Similarly, you add some data into others. Others is what? Users, categories, and videos, right? So categories also we added db dot categories dot what? Insert one. We have category ID, and category name. Category name is some HTML. Okay, that's fine. Like this, you add data into others. For videos, what is the data we need? For videos, we need information. Tell me for videos, db dot videos dot insert one. For videos, what data? Video ID one I am giving. Okay, next. Title. Okay, suppose core Java, something like this title. Description. Description is some core Java basic to advanced like this. Okay. URL. And URL is, we need video URL. Na? You learned how to get video URL. Suppose I have Naresh IT YouTube. We learned embed URL. Na? So any core Java. Okay, suppose I will select one. Okay, some core Java, something is there. I will copy this one. Okay. And let's copy this URL. And we need to keep the embed URL. That means that is the URL we need to paste. We need to change this to what? Embed slash. That is the URL. Okay, next. Likes. So likes is a number, right? Suppose I defined some 200. Okay, what else? So dislikes, some I said 0. Okay, what else? Views is suppose some views like that. Just few data I defined. Anything? Category? Yes. Here important is category ID. It belongs to which category? We don't have a Java category added. We will add that Java category also in our database. And I will give that category ID as 4. That means this belongs to 4. That means now we have a relation between videos and categories. That means the 4th category is, you can use ID or you can give category name. You can use category name, anything, because you saw fake store. Fake store can filter the products based on category name. You can use category ID also, right? Category is nothing but the name of the category. Name of the category is what actually correct process is. The correct process is defining the ID, right? So category ID I will give as 4. Okay, now let's enter. Is this only the data? Right. Now one record is added. Now we will go to db dot categories dot insert one. One more we need to insert. What is that? Category ID number 4. And what is the category name? Category name is what? Java. Like this we are giving. That means object, right? So we need to define in this way. Okay. Now record is inserted. That means now we have a relation between the categories table and videos, right? User selects the videos from 4th category. It will show all Java videos, right? So we can filter the data based on that option. Usually the categories have a category ID, which is used in this table. In this table, video have a video ID that is called primary key, and the category ID is called as foreign key. Foreign key defines the relation with a table. And what is that relation is? The relation is every category can have several videos and every video can belong to one category. This is called one to many, many to one. Many to one means what? Many videos may belong to one category. Many videos may belong to one category, and one category will have many videos. That is the relation here defined. Usually that is the good way to maintain the relation. So that is what the data we are adding. This is the data we are adding. Let me copy this. Okay, this is another record. Oh. It's not copying. So it is unable to copy this one. Mhm. Okay, already executed. It is executed already. Let's do one thing here. Okay, it is unable to select. Then I will write it. What is the query here? This URL also, why it is not copying? It is watch only copying. Fine. Here I will just give the option db dot videos dot insert one. Okay, what is that video ID and title? Title is some Java and what else? Core Java, na? Okay, and we have description. So core Java, advanced to basics, basic to advanced. Like okay, okay. Next, what we have likes. URL is there. URL is this is the URL we want. In that URL, we need to delete this and put as what? Embed. Okay, next we have likes. So we have like dislikes and what else? We have views. Okay, like this we are defined. Anything is there? Category ID. Category ID is 4. Like this we are adding. So these all you have to create. I cannot give that in the notes or upload the database. You have to create what you see in the class, right? So this is basically all the data for us ready. Now, the point is how we have to communicate with this data. Who is going to communicate with the data? How we can access this data and present, right? In any application, data is present in, it is present in database. But no technology in the world, front-end technology in the world can directly communicate with database. Then what we need? We need the help of another technology. So that is we call as server-side scripting. We need help of server-side scripting. That is the next important you need to know. So application related, all the data is present in database. Okay, now what we have to do? Communicate with the data. So server side scripting is nothing but actually server side scripting is a technique where scripts are employed on server in order to generate a response customized to every request. That's what actually server side scripting. So server side scripting is a technique where scripts are employed on server. That means we keep all the scripts on server so that these scripts will respond according to the client request. That means they will get the information about what client is requesting and they will send information to the client according to his request. That is what we call customized response, customized to every request. Every client don't have same request. What client is asking, to that we need to generate a response and we need to send that response. What is the meaning of employed? Generally, what is the difference between a worker and an employee? What is difference between a worker and an employee? Both are not same. Only the difference, the key difference is worker don't have a designated work. Employee have a designated work. That means a worker don't have a designated work. He will do any work. But employee have a designated work. That means clerk, he will do only clerk work. Manager, he will do only his work. He will not involve in clerk's work. That is what employee. That means employed means they are kept in server with specific role and responsibility. They will work only for that role, only for that responsibility. That is why we call employed on server. That is the point actually. So what this server side scripting do is, so a server side script accepts request from client and process the request and sends a response customized to the request and sends a response customized to the request. A server side script accepts request from client, process that request and sends a response. Actually, how this server side script works, what type of request and response can be there, we will see that. Actually, there are various server side scripting technologies. There are various server side scripting technologies. We have like CGI, we have like JSP, we have like PHP, we have like ASP, we have like ASPX. So we have like Node.js, like these are all server side scripting technologies. Some of the popular server side scripting, even you can use Python. So these are server side scripting technologies. So CGI, JSP, CGI is actually first server side scripting. The first server-side scripting was CGI. After that, currently popular in the world are JSP, ASP, PHP. These three are very popular in the world. You see 100 websites, 98 websites are designed either with JSP, PHP, or ASP. Right? 98% all either Java or .NET or PHP. These are the majorly used technologies for web, right, in the back end. And some applications which related to mobile and all, OTT platforms and everything, Node.js. YouTube uses Node.js. Netflix, YouTube, all these people use Node.js. Every OTT platform is built on Node.js. Node.js is server side, database is MongoDB, and front end, Netflix uses front end React. Amazon, Netflix, Facebook, Instagram, these are all using in the front end React.js. I told you not directly, we don't use JavaScript. Either we use jQuery or React or Angular or Vue-like technologies. And if you see Instagram, you see Facebook, you see Amazon, these are all designed by using, they are all designed by using React.js in the front end. React.js in the front end, and in the back end, Node.js, not for everybody. Almost every OTT platform is Node.js, and its database is what? MongoDB. MongoDB. If you are going higher level, then means more complex business is there, then you go with ASP, PHP, like that, right? For example, you see, suppose I showed you so many times, we have Inox Movies website. This is completely designed in .NET. It is completely .NET. That means it will use ASPX. ASPX belongs to .NET. Suppose I selected here movie name, I selected here cinema, I selected date, I selected timing, I selected seats and book, and you will see it will show ASPX. That is a server side technology. And suppose you see websites like W3 schools and all, they also use .NET. JS, you see HTML, and the .NET usually have ASPX or ASP, Microsoft technology. If you see IRCTC and all, you will find PHP like things, right? So all are server side technologies, depending on their requirement, depending on the features they will choose. I already told you one scenario. First, if not first thing is how a company decides which technology to use for building an application. For example, we have a hospital, or say suppose a supermarket. Some supermarket people came to us and they asked us to build an application for supermarket so that supermarket can maintain its business like billing and all. And they asked us to build a website so that user can search, user can order from online, right? Now the question is, what is the technology that you will suggest? Which technology a company will use for building that application? Company will not choose a technology based on its popularity. Popularity means, what is popular? Actually, sometimes you people also very much confused. Suppose you want to learn one technology. and somebody says that it is very popular, you learn it, it have good market. Who is that person told you? Some your friend told you, or some senior told you. That means if he says one technology popular, it is popular. He is deciding the technology, after all, right? So the point is, that is nothing like, see, genuinely software developers, there is nothing like popular software, right? There is no concept at all, because the point is simple. It is not popularity, it is about features, and all features may not suit you. All features may not suit you. That means, for example, you joined a college, right, for studying something. Is that only the popular college in the world? That's why you joined. You will tell like that. That is how our people will tell. Right? He is learning Java, then he will say Java is the best technology in the world. Nobody else, because he is learning. That is the mindset, right? But company doesn't care about that. How companies will select a technology? That means before deciding a project to build, you have to decide which technology to use for that project. For that, we prepare one table. Actually, what is the table is? A table contains information as is, to be, and gap. This is the table we prepare. That means whenever a project comes to us, we will first prepare this table. Means our company prepares this table. What is the table? As is, to be, gap. As is means what your technology 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 is capable of. What your technology is capable of. Suppose you know, you have people with Java, .NET technologies. Now the question is, what your technology is capable of. What it have. What are the features your technology is having. Second point, to be means what client wants. That is to be. That means somebody came to us and he says that I want an application for this business. Then you will first check, is your technology is capable of doing that. Means what client is asking, what your technology is having. Sometimes clients asks some concepts which your technology may not have. Obviously it will not have, right? Because every technology is not 100% in fulfilling all requirements. They have gaps. Gap means what your technology cannot fulfill, right? So that is called as gap. What your technology. What your technology cannot fulfill. So what your technology can fulfill, right? That is what the point is. What your technology cannot fulfill, that is the gap, we call as gap. Now what our company will do is, they will check the compatibility. They will check Java. Is Java having all the features what they are asking? Suppose now what happened is, they verified, because they have technical team, Java is having some 20% gaps. And suppose some PHP is having 2% gaps. And suppose .NET is having some 10% gaps. Now our company decides that we will go with PHP. Why? Because 98% what client is asking, everything PHP is providing. Only 2% gaps are there. That 2% how you will fulfill? By buying some third party libraries, by buying extra third party libraries. Because you go and ask any Java learner, can you write a program to generate QR code? Ask anybody who say learning Java.net, ask them, can you write a program for generating QR code? He says, I don't know. Then how you will build an application? Because at the billing, I need to generate a QR code which user can scan and fulfill the payment. Right? You cannot write a code for generating QR code. Now you ask the Java.net people, why you haven't learned? Then they will say that in Java.net, we don't have any such library. In Java.net, they don't have any such library. That means their technology is not suitable for building supermarket apps. That means their technology can build some, but some gaps are there. How they fulfill the gaps? By depending on third party, which I showed you, like grid, like calendar, like barcode, from where we borrowed it from some third parties. In the market, there are so many third parties who sell library to major companies. For I showed you, I think. So we have Telric. This is Telric. This is Telric. These people sell library. And you see, this is Telric. These are the customers of Telric, NASA. That means they are supporting software for NASA like people. Microsoft. Microsoft itself is a software company. That means Microsoft itself have a technology like .NET. Right? That means then why it is a customer of Telric? What it is buying from Telric? It is buying some library which it doesn't have. Why they can't ask their developers to build? Because not necessary. Already everything is built. Then they will not ask to build. Right? For example, the scenario we learned now. Suppose you are using a Samsung phone. And in that, the camera that you use doesn't belong to Samsung. Because camera is built by somebody who is famous in building camera. In that camera also, the lens doesn't belong to them. The popular company for lens will build the lens. For suppose you are using eyewear, the frame belongs to one and lens belongs to another. You can't ask frame company, why can't you build your lens? They will say that already we are busy with this business. We can't involve in everything building. So somebody is popular in doing it, let him do. We will borrow from him and we will use. We will not involve in everything. That is what actually the point, right? So here the technologies are selected based on gaps. Based on gaps. Which technology can fulfill the gaps? We will use that. That is the reason, suppose you go to Tech Mahindra, Wipro, Infosys, TCS, all these companies, will only Java developer will be there in their company? That means they have Java developers, .NET developers, PHP developers, Python developers, artificial intelligence developers. Everybody is there. If Java is the popular or .NET is popular, only those people should be there. Why they are having all technology people in their company? Because they are building different applications, and for every application, same technology is not great. They have to choose. Actually, when you are learning some technologies, you want to know the trends. There is a website. You can go this. It means Google official, Google trends.google.com. This is official Google Trends. This is official Google Trends. And you can see that this is official Google Trends. Here you can, it is currently showing what is currently trending in your country. In your country, in your world, in the current world, what is trending, right? From past few hours, few minutes, what is trending, it will show here. Actually, here we will search for one concept. We will search for concept, how it is trending. Suppose I will search for JavaScript. Here, when I search for JavaScript, see JavaScript programming language, I am searching. Then when I search for JavaScript programming language, it will show here how it is trending from past few years, months, everything. Few days. You can see here, you can select interest over the time. That means how it is using. Depending on different regions, not only regions, you can search entire world how it is trending. That means you can search entire world how it is trending. You can change here. You see, it is saying India past day. So not India, I am selecting worldwide. Worldwide and not past day, past suppose 12 months. That means now from past 12 months, how JavaScript is trending all over the world, it is showing. It is showing. And you compare with another technology, another programming language. Suppose another programming language, suppose I say Python programming language. I am comparing. Now you can see the comparison here. And you see average Python is high. High means what? Trending means what? Not companies are using. Means people are learning. This is what people do mistake. Right? That means this is what generally people do mistake. Because even the person who is trying to teach you a technology, he may bluff you. Right? How he will bluff? For example, here we are learning JavaScript. Na? Here, a JavaScript search term I selected. JavaScript search term I selected. You see, it is showing very low. And the person who is teaching you Python, he will say that, see, other technologies are low. This technology is high. In what? High, low? That means in people learning, searching about it. Right? These are the trends which people show you and misguide you. But these trends are correct from Google people, but not related to how technology is used, how people are behind the technology. Behind the technology. That is what the point. That means here we will use, actually it is not JavaScript term. Suppose Python term we are using. Python term and JavaScript term different. We should not search for term. We have to search for language. JavaScript programming language and Python programming language, like that. We can add comparison with different language. Suppose C#. So C# is there. Actually, C# term is there. C#. C# is a programming language. Such term is there here. And you can see it compares all the technologies and shows. And C# is just a such term is there. In their trends, they don't have it like a language. Right? Suppose you are adding another one site, C programming. Right? And C programming language, and it will show C programming language, how it is there. Right? That means now you see people are searching like this and they misguide you. They say that this is popular. Right? Everybody joins Python, don't know where to join after finishing Python. We don't have jobs. Now, we don't know why people are learning. Right? For data science, it is required. Only Python, we don't know. Those people who are learning, they have to tell why they are learning. Right? That means the point is we don't have jobs directly on that. Right? This is most misguided concept. People are misguided using these trends and all. This all you should be aware, you should know. Right? So I just showed you because later whenever anybody is showing you a technology, saying that this is great, this is trending, that is why you have to learn, that's all not correct. Right? So the point is which technology to use for building an application, that is decided by this table depending on various. Right? Now here what we are using for our application is video library. Video library means many people may visit it, many people can access and view it videos. In that case, which one is best? So we can use this Node.js. We can use Node.js as server side. Why Node.js? Because one important thing first you should know is Node.js, because remember, every server side technology requires a language. Suppose you want to learn JSP. It uses a language called Java. First, you have to learn Java and JSP. Suppose you want to learn ASP, you have to learn a language called VB, Visual Basic. If you want to learn some ASP.NET, then you have to learn C#. You have to learn PHP, then you have a PHP language. You want to learn Node.js like technologies, then JavaScript is enough. So you don't need to learn any new language because Node.js uses JavaScript server side. I told you na, JavaScript is used server side also. It is used client side, it is used server side. So Node.js, it is a server side. It is a server side scripting technology built on JavaScript, built on actually Google Chrome V8 compiler. It is actually built on Google Chrome V8 compiler. It is JavaScript based. It is JavaScript based. That means if you have to learn Node.js, you don't need to learn any new language now. What is problem with other server side technologies? They have to learn separate language again for them. So you want to learn JSP, Java, ASP, then Visual Basic, ASP.NET, then C#, separate language. For Node.js, it is JavaScript based. Now, what are the features? Like MongoDB, actually, Node.js, it is single threaded. It is single threaded. Node.js is single threaded. Single threaded applications good for OTT like environment. Suppose you have like iTunes, or you have like some Spotify, like Savan, like where you listen to songs, you see OTT videos and all, everything is Node.js. All are built by using Node.js. Single threaded is good, but sometimes it is not great. That means what is the point about single threaded? Actually, the point about single threaded is nothing but suppose there is some source on server and we have so many clients. We have so many clients. So there are so many clients, and usually there is some source. That means we have so many clients And actually, so we have source. That means we are having some resource. Now all these clients have to access the resource. Then what happens is when a first client makes request, then what server will do? Server will create an object. Server is going to create one object. It is going to create an object. Through that object, it will provide access to that resource. Now, second person requested. Then if second person requested, what will happen? If second person requested, it will create another object. And through that object, so it will give access to the resource. That means for every client, one object is created. This is very heavy on application. That means if million people are using, that means million objects are created. It occupies a lot of memory. That is the reason managing is very difficult. You see, many applications usually fail in this. Actually, because you don't know the technology earlier, when OTT platforms came, means they started beginning days of OTT platforms. What developers first idea is how this will be successful, how OTT will be successful, how these apps will manage the load. That is the doubt we software developers have. Why? Because actually, I will tell you one simple example. If you are coming from your college level and all, you know, college conducts online exams and all, right? They conduct online exams and all. Do you know frequently where they fail? On particular exam time, hundreds of people are writing at a time. The site will not open. Have you faced that problem? That is a common problem. That means if you are unable to manage hundreds, thousands of people, how you will manage millions through video? That is the doubt that we were having in the beginning of OTT, because all our applications were facing problem with load. Because load increases, application fails. When load increases, application fails. This is the biggest drawback we are having. Delay, time, lot of memory. Communication with server takes a lot of time. That is the reason many technologies fail in this particular area. So what Node.js can do is, that is the reason other technologies are not good for this kind of situation. I will tell one example, means one real example I will tell you. Actually, in almost it is during, in 2011, I was working for HP, Helvet Packet company. And we got a contract from government of India. That is, government of India given us a contract of Supreme Court. They developed a software, means they want a software called eCourts. eCourts is a software. They want a software for judges to maintain all the cases related information in laptop. Government of India decided to give laptops to all judges. And I was in a northern area, Pune, Delhi and Mumbai and all those areas. My job was to train this software to judges of Supreme Court and their branches. We have a team of 3 members. I was in one of the team. We have to train judges how to use this software, right? And judges, Supreme Court, High Court level judges, these are very high professional people. That means, so even ordinary professionals cannot, so go in front of them without any permission. Very high protocol, very high profile, right? They have very high profile. That means if they say something, that means immediately it shut down, right? What happened is we got training requirement of 15 days we have to train. So we went to court. We have to wait for judges. Once they finish their work, they will come to their room. We have to sit and explain them. After explaining half an hour, 1 hour, he will again go and he will again come back. Then we have to explain. He will not sit for us. We have to sit and wait for him. Right? When he comes, then he will give. That means the point is we started training them, computers. This software actually designed by Wipro. Wipro designed this software. Training contract is given to HP because HP have a education service. We have education service, HP education service, which deliver training to other domains, government, private, and everybody. And this software was designed in .NET at that time, 2011. And it is designed in .NET, and laptops are given with Windows. Windows is the operating system they were having, and they have MS Office. MS Office with this e-course software. Right now, actually, before training them that software, we have get trained on court proceedings. That means some people trained us on explaining how the judge work happens. They explained us all the process, how he does everything. Everything they have to do with papers and all, right? Everything print out, right? Now everything is set in laptop, computer, right? Now what we have to do is we sit beside the judge and we open Windows, wait for 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, loading, 5 minutes, then system ready. Okay, fine. Then he will open this e-courts website and he will enter the case number and submit. Loading. Again, 5 minutes, finish. Then immediately judge, he says, we don't want these dabbas. Right? That means, do you know, 5 minutes of judge like people is very, very valuable. Because in 5 minutes, he wraps 2-3 cases. Do you know what happens in 1 minute? One case hearing will come. He will hear everything just fast. It's not like movie you see, hours, dialogues will happen. Right? He will just wrap in one minute. And he will say that after 1 year, come. In that 1 minute, he will decide that after 1 year, come. That means those people have to again come after 1 year for that 1-2 minutes. 1-2 minutes. That's what they do. That means now the point here is 5 minutes is a valuable time for them. And nothing is opening for 5-10 minutes. They simply reported the government of India that we don't want to use these softwares and we don't want your laptops. They rejected. Only 5 days training happened and they rejected. And we have to take all the content back. Then government of India, after 2 months, they again started training. Now what happened after 2 months? After 2 months, they changed Windows to Linux. At that time, we used Linux Fedora. Fedora is the Linux given to their laptops. No Windows. Linux. And they have changed this .NET to PHP because PHP is lightweight when compared to .NET. Now .NET is also lightweight. At that time, I am telling. Right now, the point is, now we started training because government of India has recalled all the training. Again, we trained for 10 days them and they are okay. They learned everything. And after training is finished, they return to government of India that these laptops we will use at home, not in court. And now they are not using, they are still using them at home. when they have time, they want to see something, they are using. In the code, no chance. They say that we don't want all this, so we will do with our paperwork, that's enough. Now even some hundreds, thousands of crores are invested on that particular training. 1,000 crores invested on that training, and they simply say we don't want this. Why? Because the speed, the load, they can't wait. That is not their problem. That is because their time is so valuable, right? A case time is such valuable. So softwares fail in this area. If load is increasing, they can't handle. When OTT came, this was the first problem we faced, right? Even today, many OTT platforms face this problem, even today. So that is multi-threaded environment. To overcome this problem, now single-threaded environment is good. Single-threaded environment means what will happen now? Actually, when first client makes a request, an object will be created. Through this object, what will happen? Through this object, it will give access to resource. And second client, same object will be used for everybody. That looks better. That means now only one object, and it can handle all the clients. This is single threaded. Earlier we were having multi-thread. This is single threaded. This is okay, but this is also having drawback. This is okay if users are not doing complex actions. For example, so millions of people are at a time watching Netflix. What they are doing on Netflix? On Netflix, what actions they can do maximum? Search for a video. That's it. Anything else? In that case, for these kind of applications, this is enough. But millions of people are interacting, then this is not great. Millions of people interacting means what? That means, suppose take Amazon. In Amazon, Flipkart, like shopping, millions of people are searching, adding to cart, making payments at a time. Then single threaded environment is not enough. It cannot manage. So Node.js like things are not great in such environments, but it is great in the environment where we need less interactions, but millions of people can handle. That is why we call this, that is the advantage of what? Single thread. Another important point is Node.js, it will not use buffering. That means no buffering at all. That means it will not use buffering. Actually, technically, it will not use caching. No caching. Actually, so if you used YouTube in the beginning days, right? When first YouTube came, if you have used YouTube, have you observed just 5-6 years back when we were using YouTube? Suppose I want to watch 1 hour video is there on YouTube, I want to watch. Then what you can do is you can pause the video and go out and come back after few minutes, and entire video is buffered. You can watch it without connection of internet. You know, now it is not possible. Do you know? Earlier it was possible. Now it is not possible because that is heavy on memory. Now it is not possible. You pause the video, it will pause there only. Either you can download video and watch, or you can watch live. When you pause, entire video is not buffered. It is not cached. Because that is what Node.js ability is. YouTube is using Node.js. Earlier they were using different technology, but now they are using Node.js. Earlier, any movie channels, any websites, you pause the video, entire video will be buffered. You can watch without internet connection. Few years back, if you see online movie websites and all, they used to give a tip. If video is not continuously loading, pause for some time and watch. But now what will happen? If internet connection slow down, automatically video quality will change, but video will never stop until continuously internet connection stopped. then video will stop. If internet connection slow down, video will not stop. It will not buffer. It will change the quality of video. I hope you have observed. When you are watching Netflix or Amazon or any OTT, initially when you load, it will be little blurred. Gradually the quality will come. After that, again it is reduced when internet connection is slow. But when it will stop, when completely connection have problem. If connection is slow, it will not stop. It will buffer in low quality. That is the ability of Node.js. So Node.js is a server-side technology which is having these abilities. Another important Node.js is modular. It is asynchronous. These are all the advantages of Node.js. Modular means only the library that is needed for that situation will be loaded. It will not load entire library unnecessarily. What is being used by the user, only that is loaded. That is what actually modular. Asynchronous already we know. Asynchronous means what? Without blocking other requests, it can process the requests. Synchronous means it will block the requests and process your requests. If it is executing other requests along with your requests, that is what? Asynchronous. These are all the advantages. Now, how to use this Node.js, we will see practically how to work with that. That we will see tomorrow. Right? In tomorrow's session, we will see how to use this Node.js. What you will learn in Node.js is how to communicate with the database, get the data from database and send the data to client. That means you will establish communication between client and database by using what? Node.js. And one more is there's Express. Both are used. First, we will see how Node.js works. Right? Tomorrow we'll continue. Okay.